Oh, I lost it. That didn't take long. Yeah, we got back out here, started getting a little further out. Picked up a Yo-Zuri 3DB 1.5. And it was like my first or second cast. I hooked one and lost it. Pretty encouraging though. We've been up shallower and really haven't caught a lot throwing topwater and stuff. So hopefully this gets us some more bites. This is a really fun way to catch them if so, because you're winding the absolute snout out of it. And when they bite it, there's no mistaking it. I really haven't thrown this one all that much. This is a new one from this year. God, I just hit it. Oh, there was one chasing it. About 11 inches. This is where all your birds were coming from yesterday. Oh, dang it. And a 3-pounder. There's one. Jerkbait. I don't think it's a real big one. We got one on the... Oh God, there's a lot of them with it. No wonder I caught one. There's about 10 of them. Jeez, come here, fish. The flat 110 strikes. It's a really erratic jerkbait. Doesn't run real deep. That 812 JBR jerkbait rod, just perfect for throwing a jerkbait. Just loads really well, and it's not so limber that it doesn't wear you out. Little 12-pound Yo-Zuri top knot fluorocarbon, flat 110. Got me a smallmouth. Thing is, there's a lot of them. I'm kind of excited to throw back out there. That SLX XT. Cast that thing like a dream. Little chunker, not a giant, but we'll get another one. We had a couple miss it on a popper out here, so I picked up a jerkbait, just something that's going to get down there. We're starting to get a little bit of chop, a little overcast. A lot of times at topwater, they'll miss it with this chop a lot more, whereas this jerkbait, they get a little bit tangled with it. So try throwing this through here so we can get them fired up again. That last one I caught had a bunch with it. They're all right next to the boat right now is the only problem. Oh, there's one. Hooked real good. Better than I thought. If you're liking the jerkbait, that's one. They just, you're jerking it with slack and they just stop it. But a lot of times they pull off. You're just too stiff for a rod. You can't really catch up with them. A limber rod. And this IMX Pro JBR 812 is just an awesome jerkbait rod. Use it on pretty much all the jerkbaits unless they get to be a really big jerkbait, but all these average sized jerkbaits, that right there, get them in the boat. Well, I think after this cast, we went out to that island, we pretty well beat this to death. There's one. It was on a custom painted little Yo-Zuri flat 110 white one. Not a giant, but got a little nibble. Oh, there's one. Oh, good. It's a walleye. I love walleye. Nice, delicious walleye. I wonder why it didn't fight. It's a delicious wet rag. That jerkbait, he liked it, but I wish he was a lot more brown. I wish I could take him home with me. We're not open on Mille right now, so let this guy free. Well, I think we're gonna call it a wrap here. Got a big storm, we just got rained on. Fishing hasn't been too great today to start with. Corey ate all the Bridgeford, so we're gonna head in and pick this up again tomorrow and try some different stuff, some different areas, and hopefully figure out how to catch them. Today hasn't been spectacular. We caught some fish, but not what Mille has to offer, that's for sure. Well, we're back out here, picked up where we left off yesterday, and back out in the same area. It's a lot of different conditions. It's foggy, cooler this morning, no lightning, which is good, but we're gonna pick back up where we were and throw a little popper out here this morning, see if we can catch a few good ones. Topwater is one of those deals. It can be so fun. Funnest ways to catch bass in general, but it can be so frustrating too. We're out here this morning and had a couple good ones come up on it and just not eat it. You sit here and watch them, you know you're around them and having them mess around with the bait, just they haven't even touched it yet. But you know, the next three that come up on it might crush it. You just never know. It is definitely fun when they do, frustrating when they don't. Oh, there's one. Whoa, on the popper. It's not jumping, which is kind of surprising. Usually smallmouth that shallow really like to jump. This is a MBR 782. It's a really awesome popper rod. I love this rod, throwing a popper on it. 20-pound braid. We're up here really shallow in the morning. It's not a big one, but come on, fish. Little guy. He liked the popper though. That 782 really handles the fish well. You can work a popper. It's really light. It's a 7-foot rod, so it's not real long. Easy to work a popper with. That SLX XT casting machine, little 20-pound braid. That's pretty fun right there. Smallmouth on top. We're gonna try to catch us a big one now. Oh, there's a good one. Popper. That's fun, that thing just crushed it. It is a smallmouth on the popper. That 782, it's just a perfect rod for the popper. Nice smallmouth. Man, that was a fun fish on the popper, the IMX Pro. It's a pretty good time catching smallmouth on topwater. I'm ready to catch another one. That's too much fun. So a little popper like this is really good when it's pretty slick. The water's really clear. They're around small shad. A lot of times your smallmouth really like a popper in particular, but you even see largemouth. It's a bait that will catch them when it's slick and sunny, when they won't bite a walking bait a lot of times. This is a Yo-Zuri 3DB popper. It's a little bit longer popper than some of them, but it walks really well. And that's something I like to do, is get the bait when it's slick and get it to actually walk the dog. I tie a loop knot with braid, so the braid is pretty flexible. This is a really light braid, pretty flexible anyway, but that loop knot just helps that bait walk a little bit more. Really slick. You want the bait to be pretty subtle on the surface, walking, real light twitches. You get a little bit more chop like this, it's more of a bloop, bloop, bloop. And I like to have a cadence where you're kind of moving it and stopping it, especially when it's like this. When it slicks off, a lot of times I'll just keep working the bait, but walking it. So it's a real subtle walking bait that's spraying water. Really a good bait that catches, surprisingly, a lot of big fish for a small bait. Oh, did you see that jump? That was pretty cool. Really just an awesome rod for a jerkbait. I do this on a jerkbait all the time, and it never really disappoints. It seems like it just loads so well. It doesn't wear you out throwing a jerkbait. It's a nice thing. That flat 110 really sticks him in that rod, keeps him hooked. It just, it's really a great action. It's fairly parabolic, but yet it's slow enough that it doesn't wear you out. It's not like a real limber rod that it's really hard to work a jerkbait. JBR's about as good as they get for a jerkbait rod. That's pretty fun right there. The Yo-Zuri Duel flat 110. Little scales on it from the side. The 812 JBR. Pretty fun for those smallmouth, little 12-pound top knot fluorocarbon. The SLX XT, great casting rod, launch that bait a long ways out there. Well, we're gonna call that one a wrap. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, tag a friend. If you want to win some of this Shimano G Loomis gear, make sure to enter the gear giveaway, and definitely check us out next week to see what we're catching here on Lake Mille Lacs.